Hello and welcome. I'm Emerald Mosaic and it's time to paint. I know 2 videos in 2 days. I probably ought to take this off because this has little danglies and I really don't want that to get into the paint. And I just realized that. I like the carabiner hook on my water bottle. It's useful for many things. Okay, so I'm going to do something different today. I saw a video and I'm going to post a link to that video in the description. It was part of the Dollar Tree series that I mentioned in my last video. And she had done, this is that tacky stuff for inside drawers, you know, just to keep things from sliding around. She had taken a sheet of that and done a painting. Well, I decided to, you know, do a different take on that, and so I cut out shapes. So I've got a star, a heart, a moon, and a circle, and I'm going to use these to do a painting on here. Now, I have to take these off first and set them aside. So my star is going to be Color Pour Champagne. I only have a little bit left. You can't get this brand anymore. It doesn't exist. So I was kind of lucky to get my hands on it, and I'm using that up. This is Acrylology Phthalo Blue that I mixed with, it's an ounce of paint with, ounce of paint per 1 ounce of Floetrol and a ½ ounce of water for the circle. And then Liquitex Basics Cadmium Red. This also has Floetrol and water. I didn't write on my label the proportions, but I have it written down somewhere. This is another Color Pour metallic silver, and I'm going to do that for the moon. Now, I don't quite have enough Sax Titanium White to go over this. By the way, I got this canvas from the craft resale shop in town, and it's torn. It's not that great. I'm going to cover it with white, and some of this is going to come through, which is what I want. But I don't quite have the 14 ounces that I need. This is a 13 ounce bottle. Well, it might be a 14 ounce bottle, but it's not full. I know it looks full, but I just shook it. It's not actually full. I got like 12 ounces in here. So I decided that I'm going to do white, spread it out, and then I'm going to do Chromacril, my goodness, Chromacril Black. I mixed it with Floetrol and water. Yes, I reused an old bottle. That I haven't used this black before. I want to see what happens, but I'm going to do black around the edges. So I'm going to do my white first, spread it out, and then wherever it's not covered, black will go around the edges to cover the edges. Let's see how this looks, right? I like to have fun. I like to experiment. This is going to be great. So I'm just going to open this up instead of squirting it out. I'm just going to pour it because I'm going to be using all of it, I believe. We shall see. Let me start with that, and then I can always add more. Bring it to the corner, back to the center. Might as well go straight to the other corner, back to the middle, up to this corner. Yeah, this won't quite cover the edges, but it's doing a pretty nice job of covering most of the canvas. Now, because this is an old canvas with old paint on it, naturally it's going to have some texture to it. So, again, I'm experimenting, so I don't really care all that much. Actually, you know, I mean, maybe my math was off. That can happen. Excuse me. Well, maybe. I might still need a little bit of black around the edges, but first, I got paint on the corner. That's fine. That's why I've covered my table. This is just a plastic bag that I take down. I think I will do black just on the edges, I think it'll look nice. Helps if the canvas doesn't slip. Over the corner. Gotta get over that edge. Yeah, it's not quite enough. Go ahead and give it a little help here and see if I can get it to go. Yeah, there it goes. Sometimes it just needs a little help. These old used canvases just generally don't do as well. But if you're just practicing a technique, it's a great way to not waste a canvas, you know? Take somebody else's old painting and just paint over it. Okay. I swear, sometimes I think I need like 5 rags. I have 2. Okay, move that up there. Go ahead and grab the other one. It's not wet, but it'll be fine. Okay. Now, cat hair. As always, I have cats. You're gonna have cat hairs. It's just part of the deal you make with your cat is you're gonna have cat hairs. That is just part of the deal that you make. When you own a pet, you're going to have hair all over the place. And it is 100% worth it to me. It isn't to everybody. It is to me. That's all I see at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put some black around the edges just because I think it's gonna look nice. I think it's gonna look really cool. Oh, let me not get that covered with paint yet. And so there's a little black in the middle. Okay. That's all right. We'll see what happens once I do the rest. And see, you know, I like this. I actually really like this. It's kind of, I don't know. I really like this. It's like a zebra almost. I just, yeah. This was a good choice. This was a good choice. Yeah. How's that for a frame? I mean, can you get better than that? Let me put a little bit on that corner, a little bit more on this corner. The squirt bottle does make it a lot easier to make sure you get those corners. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, this is cool. I mean, this right here is just really fantastic. Now we'll see what happens once I get more paint on. We'll see how much stays and all. Okay, now I have to arrange these very carefully. I had set them out previously so that I would know where they go. But once I put them on here, they can't move until I'm ready to take them off. This one was so, and then a little bit, it's just white, it'll be fine. Okay, then this one, let me put the star first. Okay, it might overlap the black a touch. You know what, I can drag this a little bit. I dragged a little black with me, that's fine. And this one here. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm gonna put these other colors on top of the shapes, and then I have to very carefully lift them off. So, start with my champagne. Okay, let me see if I can just carefully get that to kind of soak in a little, sort of. It's going to flood off a little bit. I probably used too much. It's a learning experience. And hey, what I learned, then you learned by watching me, right? Which is why I do these videos. Not just to show people how I do things, because I honestly started this just to show my friends and family, hey, here is how I did this painting. But then I realized that by me having fun and learning things, yeah, that was way too much paint. So yeah, you don't need that much for this. But I'm going to let that sit because there's some bubbles that are going to work their way through. But anyway, yeah, as I learn, you learn, and we all learn together. So I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, now for the circle, this is my phthalo blue. So this time I'm going to do that much and then spread it around. Oh, this is going to be really pretty because of the white. I am excited to see what happens when I lift this up. I might need some more, but we'll see. Yeah, I need a little bit more. You know, it is tempting to just leave that there and make this a multimedia painting. Maybe I'll do that at some point. Oops. Add a little. Can I get a drop of white? Can I? There we go. I might do that at some point because that's really cool. I love the texture of it. But not today. Today I will be taking them off. But that would be definitely something fun to do in the future. All right, now my heart. All right. It's gonna be pink. Pretty and pink. Ooh, almost went off the edge there. The hard part is the corners. This is fun though. I mean, I love getting the paint on my hands. If you don't, this would not be the thing for you. That is so pretty. You have to remember when you lift your finger to lift it over this and make sure it doesn't drip outside like that. This is so cool. I am loving this. Okay, and now my silver for the moon. Might be enough. Metallic paints are thicker, so you need less, and it can be really hard to keep that in mind when you have just used a non-metallic paint and then you go to use a metallic paint and you're like, oh, that was too much. But I think I actually did it okay. Okay, there we go. And yeah, that is way too much. What to do? Because if I try to lift that, it's just going to go everywhere. Let me see. Okay, this is going to be funny. I'm going to use this as a container instead of my flower pour. Jeez, dropping things. Okay. I'm gonna try and scoop some of this excess paint and just put it in here. Go towards the middle. It's not really a flat surface, so it's not ideal for this, but don't move, don't move. Hold still. That is a lot of excess paint. So yeah, lesson learned for that one. That was way too much paint. Okay, so my star is going to be pretty messy. That's okay. Set those up there out of the way. Again, lessons learned. How do you learn except unless you try? So I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to peel up the corners, kind of like you do with a napkin when you're doing a flower pour. Oh, this is going to be so cool. Oh, wow. Look at this. And then very carefully and quickly pull it off. Wow. Now that's cool. That was not what I expected, but that was really pretty. Okay. I'm going to do the moon next, because I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to fold this toward the middle. Oof. Wow. Oh, this is pretty. I think this one also ought to be folded toward the middle. Oh, no, I dripped. Okay, I can fix that. Somewhat. And I'll just add a little. Come on. I'll add more of my very little white that's left. Oh my goodness, I'm getting other colors. Okay. All right. I'm just going to use this and dab up a bunch of that color. Oh, I see what part of what's happening is the color from underneath is coming through. So I'm just going to put white on that. Cover it up. I mean, I did say that some of that color from underneath was going to come through. So, all right. That is so cool. I absolutely love this. And I'm getting some really pretty cells here. Look at all those cells. A lot of bubbles there. The star, that in the middle is really pretty. So let's torch this and get some of those to pop. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I am in love. This was definitely a good choice. I think that's enough. Wow. A little bit of something there. This is pretty. Very pretty. And I just saw, wipe off my tweezers before I do this. Another cat hair. I'm very happy with this. Let me get the camera down and show you a close-up right quick. I have to walk around the table to get to the camera. Okay, so let's do top down first. So there, I think we can see all of it. And then if I bring down close up, Look at that star. That in the middle is just so pretty. And then here is the blue circle. That line down the middle. And I grabbed a little bit of that black, which is just cool. And just that line of cells right in the middle. And then over here is the moon. It looks, I don't know, it looks like a flower or wings. I don't know, that's just so cool. And then the heart. I really like that line down the middle. I made the right choice in how to pick that one up. The little swirls there toward the bottom. I just love that. So pretty. And that frame, wow. Just that zebra look. Yeah. You know, sometimes when you don't have enough paint and you just choose to try something and it works out so much better than you ever thought it would. That's what creativity is all about, my friend. All right. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I hope you like the painting as much as I did. And I hope that you are inspired to try something fun and new and drastically different than what you've ever been taught and make this your own. Have a wonderful day. Stay creative.